Hello, so we are starting in the main menu here, basically so I can just show you exactly where I've got up to and my next destination. The most important thing about this particular clip is that I've made quite an important discovery. Now, although I haven't mentioned it quite so much on this trip so far, in fact I haven't mentioned it at all, when I did my trip to Sagittarius A star and beyond around this time last year, there were several occasions where I would go on about how the star system that I was in was just completely impossible in terms of astrophysics. The Great Annihilator is probably the best example. Sagittarius A star itself is another example. And okay, so far on this trip I haven't mentioned it, although I have been in systems where again it is very much the case, such as that system in the last video where there were 4 black holes there. Now, I should have been on the verge of being torn apart pretty much every second I was in there, but no, I was able to cruise around no problem. And I have discovered why all of these bullshit systems exist. And the amazing thing is that I've made this discovery with the help from Frontier Developments themselves. I draw your attention to something that I suspect a lot of you have already read, which is the new newsletter that came out today, or at least it showed up in my emails today. Newsletter number 163. And in this it states in the second paragraph, there's been some amazing discoveries announced in the astrological community this week that we're really excited about here at Frontier Developments. These will have an in-game impact to the Elite Dangerous Galaxy that we explain this week. Hang on, let me just go back a bit. There's been some amazing discoveries announced in the astrological community this week. Astrological. Right. Well, let's clear one thing up straight away, okay? The science and study of space and everything within space and all that is astronomy. Okay? Astrology and all things astrological is the study of making up bullshit based on planets and the movement of planets and our position relative to various stars, somehow dictating whether or not you're going to get laid this week or win the fucking lottery, and then somehow conning the most gullible cunts to have ever walked the earth that all of this bollocks is actually true. That's what the astrological community is all about. So with Frontier Developments we are dealing with people who do not know the difference between astrology and astronomy. Or worse, they think that this game that they have developed is based on astrology. Actually, that could explain a lot, but it does certainly explain why so many of the systems are just absolutely impossible in terms of astrophysics. So that's the first discovery. I was I couldn't fucking believe it, really. Anyway, so how am I doing? Well, I have now visited 11,668 systems, total height space distance of 371,183 and total height space jumps of 19,737. Well, I've still got quite a way to go, so we'll bring up the map and it will replot my route. So this is my immediate destination. The reason I chose this place is because the star class is a Class B blue. So I thought I'd take a look. I'm thinking that might be. No, it isn't. That's only an A. Right, bollocks, I ain't bothering with you then. Now I am getting, well, I will be getting a lot closer to the Colonia AA-A-H71 nebula, which is my immediate destination. Now this nebula here, the Phi AA-A-H69, is actually closer, but it's a lot smaller. I don't think I'm going to bother taking a look there, because unless there is something like, you know, a major black hole or whatever, I don't think there's going to be anything in there really worth checking out. I mean, we'll have a look. But yeah, I've got a fucking fact. Let's remove everything and see if there are any non-sequence stars within here. Yes, there is. What is it? It's a neutron star. Now, the only problem is that having got there, okay, it is behind the Scaldi. Oh, in that case, there's definitely no fucking reason for going there. I was sure for some reason it was in front of it, but it's not, so fuck it. Right, well in that case I won't be going to this nebula at all. So how far away am I then from the actual target nebula? I am just over 2,000 light years away from it, and I am now, well, 9,600 odd light years away from the populated zone. So I've certainly reached a point of no return. Not that I was ever going to turn back anyway.
Frameshift drive charging.
So 46 jumps to that Class B blue star. I'm hoping there will be some interesting planets and that in there. There should be, but
4, 3,
because orbiting a Class B blue means they're likely to be quite spread out, and I am likely to say, fuck it, I can't be bothered to scan them, so I'll probably end up just scanning the star and then pissing off.
fuel scooping.
That's more than handy. Fuck all else here. We can skip this one and go straight on to the next one, having scanned everything in the system. Here we go.
Fuel scooping complete.
Now I can certainly tell that I am getting closer to the core region, because as you can probably see, particularly there, the starfield density is starting to increase, and it's obviously still nothing like as dense as it is once you are in the core region, but
drive charging.
The density of stars is growing, so that's certainly a clear indication that I am getting closer.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, I freely admit this trip to Colonia is a lot more difficult than my trip to the Sagittarius A-Star was. Not because I've got a ship that takes more jumps to do 1,000 light years. That, to be honest, that's not really bothering me all that much. But with the Sagittarius A-Star run, for the vast majority of it, I had something there to spur me on and keep me going, which was my max distance from the start stat constantly going up. I ain't going 851. Fuck that.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, so that going up constantly, you know, actually works. Some of you may find that hard to believe, but believe me, it does fucking work. It does spur you on to keep going. But of course, that, and also the max distance from the start, yeah, that stat is now at 45,837. I say now, it's been like that for nearly a year. I've got to go a long fucking way before that changes.
Frameshift drive
Too far. Although I will be travelling on from Colonia, I'm not travelling that fucking far, you know. I'm not going to be going further than 45,000 fucking light years. I'm not even going to be approaching anything like that now. I plan to go roughly another 5,000 light years on from Colonia. But I'm not going to tell you where.
Fuel scooping.
Well, I can scan that one, but bollocks are scanning anything else. They're all so fucking far away, I ain't even going to bother looking to see what they are. They could all be fucking Earthlights and water giants. I don't care, I'm not going 63,000 light seconds away to scan them. But this trip does have one other advantage, although it doesn't become apparent for quite some time, which is that once I return to the populated zone, whenever that will be, I can then do passenger missions, and you know, whatever distance it says, it will just be a case of, oh fucking hell, it's nothing like as long as I've just done, so it will be, you know, fucking walk in the park, no problem. I was just the same when I finished the, or when I got back from the Sagittarius A-Star run. I mean, okay, there weren't passenger missions, but I had no problem with, you know, going from one side of the Imperial territory to the opposite side of the Federation territory. You know, it seemed like a short hop. I think that's going to be the case now, so... Anyway, what you are seeing is how exciting long distance exploration can get. There isn't really an awful lot to do until I reach very specific systems. Here's another one where they're all fucking... You know, like 16,000 is not so bad. Looks like it's all gas giants orbiting it. Yeah, it is. And that
Fuel scooping complete.
has a faint chance of being a Class 2. That has a very good chance of being a Class 2, but they're all too far away and I can't be asked. Right, anyway, there we go. So that'll do for this introduction clip then. But yes, the discovery that Frontier Developments don't know the difference between astronomy and astrology, I think it's quite a major discovery. So I'll be back when there is something to come back to.